The question 12 is about converting polar and rectangular equations. In these questions, they have also given the graph. They have asked you to identify the graph. If they ask you to find the graph, it's very simple. Look at this equation, x equals minus 2, right? Your answer will be a straight line at minus 2. 1, 2, minus 2, straight line. If you have any other equations, you can just plug in the points and see whether it matches the y value. So it's very simple. But you might be asked to find this equation. How do we get that? So before we begin, you must know few things. See, whenever you have x, you must remember it is r cosine theta and y will be r sine theta. This is from converting rectangular form. This is x and y coordinates, right? Rectangular to polar, we use this. The answer must be in terms of sine and r. Our final answer must be r at one side and theta at other side, like this, the equation. Okay, as we have rectangular coordinates, it will be y is equal to x, right? Generally, so the same way. Now let's solve this. X is what? R cosine theta equals minus 2. Now then, here your r multiplied to cosine theta equals minus 2. Now this one here, it's cosine theta. Can we take it to the other side? Now, some students get confused. When we take cos to the other side, isn't it cos inverse? Should I take cos inverse? No. If you're finding the angle only cos inverse, we take cos inverse on both the sides. Here I'm taking this entire thing to the other side, right? So divide both the sides by cos theta. That's it. R equals minus 2 divided by cos theta, or you just take it to the other side. You can directly write this up. And then here 1 by cosine theta. What are the reciprocal identities? Secant theta is equal to 1 by cosine theta. Cosecant theta, CSC theta, is equal to 1 by sine theta. And then what do we have? Cotangent. Cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta. So these are the formulas, right? We just use the reciprocal identity here. R equals minus 2. What is 1 by cosine? It is secant theta. That is the final answer. Now to graph this, you can use the table method in the calculator. You can use this over here to graph various ways. Okay, you can just put x and y. You can easily find out the correct answer because it's electronic part. But getting this is important. Now then, this is the answer. It's minus 2 secant theta. What about this one? Here you can directly apply x is equal to r cosine theta, y is r sine theta. But since you can see there is the form of a plus b the whole square here, right? That is a squared plus 2 times ab plus b squared. So we'll apply that formula here. X squared plus 2 times x and 5 will be 10x plus 5 squared is 25 plus y squared equals 25. Now you can see 25 and 25. Won't they cancel off? If you take this plus 25 to the other side, it becomes 25 minus 25. It's 0 here. Okay. But what is x? X is r cosine theta the whole squared plus 10 into r cosine theta plus y is r sine theta the whole square over here as well is equal to 0. Now you must remember from the unit circle, we know that cosine square theta plus sine square theta equals 1. This is very important to remember. Now, when we square it, it's multiplied, right? Just square both of them individually. It'll be cos square theta r square theta plus 10. Now, what I'll do is this 10, right? I'll take it to the other side. Okay, I'll write it later. So over here, r square sine square theta equals, this becomes minus 10r cosine theta. Now remember, we have this r, we will take it back to the other side in some time, but here I can simplify this. This r and r, I can take it outside, r square is common outside. You have cos square theta plus sine square theta, that is equal to minus 10r cosine theta. This entire thing becomes 1. So r square over here is equal to minus 10r cos theta. Now here, see, it's not over. If you leave it like this, you won't have the correct option. Now, since it's electronic part, it's easy to realize your mistake. But if it's a writing, this is not the final answer. You need to divide both the sides by r. I need to get r at one side, right? So r equals negative 10 cosine theta. looking at this is x squared plus y squared equals r squared, right? So this is a circle. You can see the standard form is a circle. If it was r squared, it's not a circle. This is a circle again. So you can see that's the answer. Minus 10 cosine theta. Similarly, please do these problems yourselves. So here it's very simple. Just substitute y as r sine theta and you get the answer. And otherwise, you know, at minus 3, draw a flat line. That is a horizontal line because it's y equals minus 3. This would be the answer. And this one over here, x is y squared. Now it's a parabola, but it's inverted towards the horizontal axis right side. And here, all you do is substitute and simplify. Same thing with this one. We just solved a similar one. The second problem was similar to this. Here as well. Let me see the other way around. This is all rectangular to polar. I want to do from polar to rectangular. Again, over here it's same. See, over here what you do is y is r sine theta, x is r cosine theta. Remember, this root 3 is only for 3, not for x. So here this r to the other side. R is cancelled off. Now we are only sine theta and cosine theta. See, r and r cancels here, because you take this to the other side, r cancels. Sine by cosine is tan theta. What is theta value? Take tan to the other side. Tan inverse of root 3, you get pi by 3. So this is the answer. In some cases where, you know, r cancels off, then you will have only theta. So that is also in polar form itself. Theta or r, that's fine. Now here as well, all are rectangular forms. And this one as well over here, you can see. Okay, we got one problem now, which is given in the polar form. We need to convert to rectangular form. Let's do this one. What do we know about r? See, now you might be thinking, okay, r is x is equal to r cosine theta. Should I substitute this? Here, when you look, there is r, but there is a very important formula. R squared is x squared plus y squared, right? So this is what I need to substitute r as. Okay, and then what is r cosine theta and what is r sine theta? We wrote it a while ago. R cosine theta is x, this is y. Now I have sine theta. If I have one more r over here, it would have helped me a lot. So what I do is I need r square and r over here. So I multiply both the sides by r. So it's going to be r power 2, 3r sine theta. And now this r square is basically x squared plus y squared equals 3. But now what is r sine theta? That is y. Now here, when you look at this, there's y squared, 3y. I can complete this as square. See, now looking at this, I know it's a circle. I need to have the final answer as x squared, y squared equals r squared. Even if r is not there, that's fine. But I need to group these two together. So this would be by completing the square. So it's going to be r squared plus y square minus 3y, that is equal to 0, right? I need to complete this as a whole square. The rule for that is very simple. I hope you remember. Say, I'll directly write the answer and explain. This y square, write it as y, only y. And this, whatever is over here, see, this is what minus 3, you should divide it by 2. Divide this by 2 and y goes off. So 3 divided by 2 is minus 1.5. If this was plus, it would be plus, minus is minus. 3 by 2 is 1.5. Now write the whole square outside. But there is one important thing. You must always, to balance this out when we complete the square, the rule is after so much, you must do minus, no matter what, if it's plus or minus, minus the second term square. 1.5 square, that is equal to 0. So this is the rule. Now we'll take this minus 1.5 to the other side. We will have x squared plus y minus 1.5, the whole square equals 1.5 squared. That would be the final answer. That's a circle over here. You can see here. Okay, you can square 1.5, it'll be 2.25. So 15 squared is 225, right? So yeah, that's it. That is the answer. But just square this up. Here we go. So that is how we can easily solve these problems. Please do try these as well. I'll do this one because over here there's only theta. In such cases, you have to take tan on both the sides. Tan theta equals minus pi by 3. But over here also it'll be tan, okay? Tan of minus pi by 3. Now pi by 3 is how much? It's root 3. Minus will be minus root 3, I believe. But we can use our calculators and check. So over here, tan minus pi, that is over here, shift and pi divided by 3. Close the bracket. But now if it's in degrees, you'll get the wrong answer. This is wrong. Press shift, mode and 4 to radian. And now you'll get the correct answer. It's minus root 3. So right side will be minus root 3. But what about the left side? Tan theta. It's y by x. So we'll take the x to the other side. Y is equal to x times minus root 3, or you can write it as number first, minus root 3x. That's the answer. Anyone will be in the options. Usually the last form which I wrote will be in the options. So you can see it's y is equal to minus root 3x. Same over here, just use x squared, y squared. That's it. That's the answer. And remember, square both the sides. Here you don't multiply r. Don't think of multiplying. Why? Because there is nothing, no sine, no cosine. You'll just complicate it. So square here, and then r square is x square plus y square. That's a circle. Here we did similar problem as well. Now you can see the steps here. Please try solving them by yourselves. Only few formulas. There are 4 formulas you must remember, and then easily done. Now over here tan theta is directly given, so directly substitute, and that's it. Here as well. Now what about cosecant theta? It's 1 by sine theta. Then when you take sine theta to the other side, it will be r sine theta, that is y. Then we can solve it. And over here r alone, so square both the sides, and then you will get 16. And over here r square is x square plus y square. Now what about this one? It's 1 by tan. 1 by tan is basically x by y. So cotangent is x by y. Tangent is y by x, right? So cotangent is 1 by tan, isn't it? So that's why we can directly write x by y as well, and then rearrange them, and you can get the answer. Remember, y must be alone at one side and everything else to the other side. That's why we write y equals minus 1 by 7x. Now here theta, we have done this problem as well. Just take tan on both the sides and solve it up. And secant theta will be 1 by cosine theta, and then take cosine to the other side. It will be x is equal to 1. You can see the line over here. And that's the end of question 12.